everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and add my garlic. I'm sorry guys if some of the video don't have voice. It's just so noisy here in the house with the dog, so I cut off the voice. So I'm cooking some food for our lunch tomorrow. I'm gonna take some food to school, and my husband is gonna take some food to work. So I'm just gonna let this saute for about a minute or so and make sure the garlic don't burn. And I'm using some ginger in here, everyone, because I like the flavor of the ginger. But if you don't want ginger, it's totally okay. You don't have to add it. So this is a very easy recipe. I'm using the beef. This is the roast, and I just cut this in like thinly sliced. And I also marinated the beef for about an hour with some dill sauce, garlic salt, black pepper, Worcester sauce, and a little bit of oil. That way it will soak in all the flavor. So I'm just watching for this to make sure the garlic will not burn. And I'm using the vegetable is pretty much frozen, and these are ready to ready to cook in about maybe 2-3 minutes. It's microwavable, but I'm using the vegetable in the pot. So the only thing that's not cooked in here is the beef. So I'm gonna make sure that I let the beef cook until it's tender. Sorry for my voice, everyone. I have some sinus thing going on. Alright, so this looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my beef, and I'm including the fat just to add some flavor. Alright, so see the fat, everyone, and how big the slice. They're not very big, just serving slice. So I'm not gonna season this right now because I already seasoned this while I was marinating. I'm gonna bring this to boil or simmer, and I'm gonna let this simmer for maybe 20 minutes or until the beef is like close to tender. So now I'm gonna put the lid for this. So everyone, this has been boiling for about 20 minutes. I have 5 more minutes left. Then after that I will check and see if the beef is tender. So my timer is up, everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead and check. Make sure that the beef is tender before I add the rest of the ingredients. So let's get some. Alright, it's not completely tender yet. So I'm gonna add about 2 cups of water. So I'm adding 2 cups of water. Okay. And my heat is on medium. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Okay. And I'm gonna add some black pepper. Not so much. And a little bit of garlic powder. No, garlic salt, just a little bit of garlic. There we go. Now I'm gonna give this a mix, and I'm gonna bring this to boil since I add the water, and I'm gonna let this continue cooking for another 10 minutes or until the beef is tender. Just, you know, I'm not really sure how long, but I'm gonna add another 20 minutes of this and keep my heat on medium. So everyone, we're gonna give this another taste. I added 20 minutes on this. That way beef is really tender. So I'm gonna get one more beef meat here. Make sure this is tender. And my medium is on heat low. get another portion of meat in here. This is so tender. So now everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and add my cauliflower. This is a healthy meal. So this is a Del Monte red rice cauliflower broccoli. So I'm gonna add that. This Del Monte thing is about 10 ounce. And I actually bought that from Food City. And I'm gonna add my steamed Brussels sprout. I'm gonna add all of this in there. And then now I'm gonna add my steamed butternut squash. Alright, so full of vitamins, yeah. So now I'm gonna give this a good mix. Okay. And I'm not gonna season this anymore because it tastes just fine, and I don't really want to add a lot of salt, but you can adjust the taste to this according to your taste bud. My husband loves soy sauce, so I really don't need to add any salt on this. All right. So it took me a while because I had the meat to be really tender. It took about 45 minutes to tenderize the meat. You know, no big deal. I'm not doing anything. And so now I'm gonna bring this to boil, and I'm gonna let this cook for another 15 minutes. Okay, so once it start boiling, I'm gonna start my timer. All right, so I'm gonna put this vegetable, but there the vegetable is actually cooked already, but I want it to soak the flavor from the beef. So I'm gonna bring this to boil, and once it start boiling, I'm gonna let this cook on medium for 15 minutes. So everyone, my timer went off, so this is done. And oh my goodness, this looks so delicious. I'm gonna turn my heat off, and I'm gonna transfer this in a serving bowl or in Pyrex, or I'm just gonna let this cool down before I start packing this for our lunch tomorrow. I'm gonna put this in like doing a meal prep. So this is so delicious, everyone. And so now I'm gonna let this cool down, and after it's cooled down, I'm gonna start packing this and putting them in a container.